Yowie, wowie! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Wrestling Mat Podcast. Saturday night. Ooh, ooh! And we're in my fun house. Ready to have a blast. We're talking NXT. We're talking Smackdown. And you know my boys like it raw. So without further ado, let's get it.
One more time. Woo! That's who's standing here today. Hold one. Arm drag. Hold two. Arm bar. This is Rep screwed Rep. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. They got the answers. Change the questions. You know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. Old three, the moss covered, three-handle family Gradunzo. From the top to the bottom, because they can't handle the Macho Man Randy Savage, the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Oh, yes. Oh. Hey, Davey. Well, hey, Mr. Matty Daddy. Oh, we're going to have so much fun tonight. Guys, we are here. It's the Matty Daddy. We are back for your weekly rewind. That's right, Smackdown, Raw, and NXT. But I'm not just alone. I'm in my fun house, and I got my fun friends. I got a few friends. I want to introduce you guys to the Renegade. If you guys don't know what Renegade looks like, take a look. Oh, it's the RC Renegade, Clayton Sternberger. He's good at booking. Till he booked Just Incredible. Dancing skills, I don't know about it. Experience, but his Goldust promo, his Goldust promo. Clayton, welcome to the show. How we doing, Renegade?
What's going on, Matty Daddy? How we doing out there?
Just living the dream. You ready to review this week?
Brother, I was born ready.
Look at those gloves. Somebody's ready to do a little grappling.
You know, brother.
You already know. But I think we got to bring in the baby face, that white meat good guy, the guy that keeps the luchador that makes you want more. Oh, there he is. See? Jay Krause, number one babyface, the deadlifts in the WrestleMania experience with Grandma. But he had a slip up picking the Outsiders 1 overall. We're not holding it against him, though. But let's get him on in here. Lucha, Burner, do it with me, baby, Lucha.
What is going on, Matty Daddy? The luchador always making you want more is here. Oh, and we got Clayton popping back in down there.
In and out.
I understand he can't handle the ring with me, but it's okay.
So Lucha, what's been up, man?
Not too much. Just been doing a lot of training, setting up for a new competition. Just trying to get ready for that, but watching a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, give the wrestling mats a flex. Yeah. But it's not just us three tonight. We got some fresh meat, a little young blood. He was on his own. Let's fill him out a little bit. The Prodigy. His puppy's not here today, neither is his gal. He's a dirt sheets reporter, top notch on the current product. His promos, though, and he's sassy. But he's our kind of sassy. Cody Hall. No. Cody Cook. Cody, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you.
Right? So I guess I have to sponsor White Claw since it's the first show. So White Claw bacteria out, right? The dog's sleeping on the bed, so she's knocked out. And I really didn't get to see the sheet, so that was interesting to see my promo. That was definitely interesting, but it is what it is at this rate.
If you need some help working on it, we can work on it together. We'll talk
right.
about it.
We'll have to work on it together. Mask on or mask off? It depends.
Like Future, mask off. Anyways,
Right.
guys, we've had a crazy week. We had the post WrestleMania cuts. We had some releases. Let's read them off here. Samoa Joe, what? Billy Kay and Peyton, the Iconics. Mickey James, Chelsea Green, underrated. Tucker, not Tucker. Anybody but Tucker, not Chris Tucker, but Tucker. Callisto, we're not going to talk about him. Bo Dallas, you got to believe this isn't it for him. Mojo Raleigh, and Wesley Blake. Not Wesley Snipes, Wesley Blake. Guys, how are we feeling about these releases? CJ?
I mean, it's really hard to see, especially coming off such a hot end with like WrestleMania, everything going wild, to see these releases happen. Because last year they're really bad, and this year there's still like a bunch more people. I understand there's like budget cuts, but it's a weird week to have all this happen. I especially really think Samoa Joe is underutilized, breaking up the Iconics, and I actually liked Tucker for like what he was. I think he was a big guy that could move a lot better than people thought. He just never got a chance. He was always like outshined by the charisma of Otis when they were working together.
Otis. And now he's a heel, which is crazy. We'll save Otis for later. Burner, hit me with it. Which is your biggest surprise out of this group?
I think it's obviously got to be Samoa Joe. When you look at, I understand there was a medical clearance issue. He wanted to wrestle. They probably wanted to keep him on commentary. Couldn't come to an agreement, so they amicably split ways. But it was definitely Samoa Joe. I can't wait to see what he does. The Iconics kind of shocked me, even though they were split up. And, the whole Tucker thing just chaps my ass, man, because it's like as soon as they split him and Otis up, that was it.
Old Chappie over there. Prodigy, this is what we brought you in for, this current product, man. You are the dirt cheats. You're the rumors. Why are they cutting all these big names?
So basically what I saw was, it's interesting because Tucker on Twitter, he deleted a tweet, but it was funny because I took a screenshot before he deleted it. So the tweet literally said, basically random person said, like, what happened, Tucker? Why did you get cut? And like, are they going to bring you back? And then he basically got a hit on Vince McMahon saying, not with a certain old man in charge, and then deleted it a day later. So taking a shot at Vince McMahon is probably not going to help you at all, especially signing with another brand. So we'll see what happens with Tucker. Samoa Joe, I mean, they kind of forced him in the rain on WrestleMania, then cut him the next day later. So I guess you can't blame Samoa Joe for being unhappy, but it is what it is. And then
Billy Kay got a win at WrestleMania, though, which is the craziest part about all of this. Like Billy Kay.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But then I was really surprised with the Iconics because I kind of saw Billy Kay as the GM of SmackDown. That's what I thought they were going to go with. That's what everybody was saying, the rumors. And then, like I said, with Samoa Joe, Mojo Rawley probably going to go with Gronk and live in his house. I mean, we know how that's going to go. So, with them two crazy together. So, but other than that, nothing else really surprised me. I mean, you have Mickey James with OnlyFans. So, I guess you can live off of that. And Chelsea Green with OnlyFans also. So, I guess we'll do what you got to do. Show off your body, obviously, right?
Wow. Wowie. So, CJ, we've seen the releases. Who is the hot to handle, too cold to hold new free agent on the market? Who are you got your eyes on, Lucha?
I mean, it has to be Joe. That's the thing. Like, it has to be Joe being the guy that's going to have the signing. He's going to do great things somewhere. He's too good on the mic, too good in the ring to not do something, as long as he's medically cleared, which I think on the indies especially, it's a little bit easier at clearance.
All right, Samoa Joe putting a beating on everybody, even himself. Burner, who's your one here, baby?
Yeah, without a doubt, it's Joe, man. I cannot wait to see that picture come across my Twitter. Samoa Joe is all elite.
Woo! 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 Prodigy, the king of the sass. What's up with Chelsea Green, man? She just hasn't made it yet, but she's got the potential. What's going on there?
it's tough with women's talent in WWE. I mean, we've seen it now with the revolution that they have with Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Sasha, Bailey. They have their certain like knit groups of people, and I don't think Chelsea Green just fit in. Honestly, if she's going to go with Zack Ryder, which we remember him from WWE, I mean, they can be together on the scene. So, but like I said, with her OnlyFans, I don't see it happening, obviously. So,
How about the Iconics? Are they staying together? You think they'll be single stars? What are we getting there?
I think they're going to be single. I don't think they're going to try to be together anymore. I think that Billie Kay is going to go on her own, is what I'm seeing.
Okay. You guys ready to move on to Raw?
I guess.
Let's do it.
I know how you guys like it on Saturdays. Let's get Raw. Let's start off with Cesaro. No, that's SmackDown. Dude, I'm sitting here in the Firefly Funhouse.
Right?
What is going on with this? We get Bray Wyatt back. We get Bliss Funhouse. What do we have here? Is this going to just continue on, or is there going to be a match of some sort?
I'm not even sure they know what they're doing with this storyline, honestly. Just the way it's looking through. It just one of the worst things that happened was Bray losing at WrestleMania again, having another loss to The Fiend. Especially losing in such a boring way and then not really acknowledging it except for they've cut ties. That's what Bray's basically saying. And then Alexa has all these dark powers now, and there's no resolution. That's what I feel like WrestleMania should be. So it doesn't seem like they'll be going anywhere near each other, but they'll be both like these paranormal figures, which is what I've seen.
Just mind games. That's all we're getting. Not Goldust mind games when Clayton's cutting a Goldust promo. What do you have to say? Anything on Wyatt and Alexa? But if you're going to say it, could you say it in the Goldust voice? Heavy smokes.
Matty Daddy, let me tell you what's going to happen. Prodigy. Let me tell you what happened. Bliss is going to bring somebody in to back her up. Because Bray has to destroy the evil he created. And there's going to be a long running feud. Gold dust.
The words of Paul Bearer. Oh, yes. Cody, man. What are we getting? What is this? It's been just kind of underwhelming as far as Bliss and Wyatt. What do we got, dude?
Dude, I was so hoping that like at WrestleMania it would be fucking Bo Dallas like coming out of nowhere as the Fiend. I was so hoping that would happen. That would have been so awesome. But then he gets cut the next day.
Oh,
I know, right? But anyways, yeah, it's really weird what they're trying to do here because who in the world is going to be Lily? Forsaken, like. I don't really know who that is that Alexa Bliss is trying to introduce. And I was so pissed, like CJ was saying, with how the match went. I mean, it was awful, in my opinion. It set up to be so well with the entrance, and then everything went downhill from there at WrestleMania. But are they going to try to get Orton with Alexa Bliss is maybe a possibility in my mind because we kind of see how they're trying to tie it together. But like CJ was also saying, there's no telling what they're trying to do. This literally makes zero sense. So maybe it's a Fiend. Maybe it's Orton and Bliss.
Orton and Bliss, baby. Like the old times.
Right.
All right, let's keep moving on to a stale show. We get a triple threat between Orton, who you just mentioned, Braun Strowman, got a beard, and Drew McIntyre. And, of course, you can't have WrestleMania Backlash without Drew McIntyre getting the win. Thoughts on this triple threat? Was it for the Raw after WrestleMania? Is this what we really want to see? We're trying to make new feuds, and we get this, and then, I mean, is there any takeaways from this match? McIntyre won, but, I mean, other than just kind of tired of seeing this shit, we get a new Hurt Business, maybe? Is that what we've got? What's going on here, guys?
That was like the biggest surprises after the match. Like there wasn't like the WrestleMania, the Raw looked fine. It's like a regular in the middle of the summer, not building towards anything Raw. But this is supposed to be the Raw after WrestleMania. This is the one where like the shock return happens, or the big reveal, or some kind of new feud, or something crazy will happen. Like this left me wanting so much more. But I guess the big surprise was the Retribution turning Hurt Business, which I still do not like that they broke up the Hurt Business with Cedric and Shelton Benjamin, and then have them lose that night as well, just to bring in 2 new guys to make them look even worse. Like they take a loss and then they get replaced. Just like they're buried now. So I don't know. The whole thing was, and it's fine. I like McIntyre, I like Bobby Lashley, but we saw this 1,000 times now.
Not what we want, but
we can't forget about the Queen. Like Charlotte Flair making her appearance. That was amazing, in my opinion.
Oh, we're going to Charlotte?
It's
I
the Queen.
just mentioned her wardrobe. Whoa! How about that ring gear? What do you think? Prodigy?
Yeah, I mean, how can you not like the Queen busting it out there? I mean, come on now.
I mean, that's going to sell tickets, especially with her newly released, boyfriend, fiance?
I think they got married. I think that's her husband. Andrade's going to be upset.
Yeah,
I would be too. Clayton,
Hopefully
do you approve of this outfit?
So
Clayton's frozen with it.
Clayton couldn't get enough of it.
I mean, come on.
so much. He's trying to find her OnlyFans right now.
All right, guys. So you like Charlotte's outfit. You guys realize that Sean Connery passed recently, and he also pulled off this outfit almost as good as Charlotte did. Burner, quit looking at him like that. Just because he's in front of you doesn't mean you got to stare at his butt.
He's trying to lick his hand, obviously. So,
all right, fantasy book it, Prodigy. This is your first fantasy booking. I want you to put Sean Connery over Charlotte. How are we going to do this match?
oh God. Well, I'm obviously going to be staring at Charlotte the whole entire time. So let's hope my girlfriend's not watching this.
Yeah, you've got Charlotte. He's got Sean Connery.
He couldn't handle it
Now
anymore.
you got to pick one or the other.
Oh, he's trading sides.
Oh wait,
Hey, veteran move.
Look at that.
Don't tell Prodigy's girlfriend he's staring at Sean Connery.
Little,
Dude,
he had
I know,
to
right?
move away from him.
I might
I
leave
know.
this picture up just for Prodigy the whole show.
you should. I guarantee you should.
All right, guys. We got one. I'm going to talk about one other guy, not part of the show, but we got a big deal coming on. I got Windows 96, and it goes a little slow sometimes. Dude, oh, there he is, in and out. Speaking of skulls over there, oh, Victoria, Texas, we get the Stone Cold bio. We've all seen millions of Stone Cold bios. You think with Stone Cold getting a little older, maybe he's going to give us some new intel, or is it going to be same old with the rattlesnake? Clayton.
Man, I hope he gives us something new. But even if he doesn't, man, I read his first book he put out. You know, I keep up with the Texas Rattlesnake. I keep up with those Stone Cold, and everything he does is entertaining, man. Look at what he's doing with the Broken Skull sessions. Oh, everything he does is a win.
Anything new here, Lucha?
I mean, besides Burner marking out down there, but
It is
No,
what it is.
it's going to be great. I mean, a lot of things that he does, so I can't really complain. I'm excited to see anything with Stone Cold going on. So he's one of the best talkers. So, yeah.
I bet Cody walks around the prison acting like Stone Cold, doesn't he?
Maybe like Sergeant Slaughter, but
That's an order. You a
Right.
Stone Cold fan, Cody?
yeah, of course. I cannot wait to watch this. I've always been a huge fan of. Get him off my screen. Yeah, I cannot wait for it. Like you said, it's going to be a special edition of it. I can't wait to see the rumors and stuff like that, man. I can't wait.
Hell yeah. Guys, I'm not an NXT guy. I'm going to let you guys just soak it up. Anything you guys want to talk about, feel free.
Roger, this is your thing.
I was a huge fan of NXT. I think this definitely was a great episode compared to SmackDown and Raw. I mean, NXT has lit it up with Stand and Deliver. I think Stand and Deliver was easily close to beating out WrestleMania. I mean, I may be different, but NXT looked really good. And with Roderick Strong getting out, I mean, we kind of saw that coming, but it was definitely enticing to me what happened to him. and then Kushida winning the cruiserweight title. That was definitely a big thing. So
Kushida was like match of the night to me. Like that match was just like fast
Hell
out the
yeah.
gate. So like in terms of like wrestling, like by far, if you're not watching NXT right now, NXT should be the show that you're watching in terms of like you're like pure wrestling. So
yeah, it's definitely they're showing out all their talents there. I mean, and you can't forget about the dog showing up once again. So
yeah, what do you think of the premiere of Frankie Monet?
yeah, that
By
was definitely.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, I was definitely waiting for that. I've been waiting to see how they would do that. What did you think of it?
I will never get used to the new names with that one. I think I just want to own the right to it, but like she literally tied Valkyrie everywhere else, especially like on all of her
Right.
social medias as well. So it's like interesting to see. But I mean, it's the same character we've pretty much seen. It's just in a different name, so it's getting used to that.
Yeah.
But she's great, so I can't really say anything poor about her. It's good that she's getting her time, and I think it's in no time she'll be in the title picture.
Guys, can we
Ciampa-
talk for a second about Dexter Loomis and Indy Hartwell?
Oh, that's
Bro.
a great talk.
I love the way. I love what they're doing. So freaking entertaining, man.
Shoot.
Yeah, Loomis is very underrated.
Dude, I love Dexter Loomis. His gimmick is just
The promo
it
was
gets me,
badass.
man.
The
Yeah.
promo was badass.
Yeah, yes, Maddie Daddy. Morrison is with Frankie Monet, Ty Valkyrie. They're married, so that's one of the things. But yeah, no, Dexter Loomis. I think he's going to be big. He's got it. He's got the facial expressions. He's got the movement. I think he just like needs to crisp up a few little things, but like he's definitely was like he's going to be a Vince's guy. I think he's one of the
He's a
guys that
talent-
going to be a big
He's a
breakout.
talent that I hope Vince doesn't screw up. That's what I'm really
Yeah.
hoping.
Hell
Yeah, that's like with anything. I mean, we saw a lot of the NXT guys when they get called up. It's like
I mean,
Aleister Black is a big one that I'm like, man, how
Really?
did you ruin that? But Solo Cup for Renegade.
You
Oh,
already
man.
know, brother.
like we saw it with Ricochet. I mean, he was a hell of a talent that I've always loved, and look at him now.
Yeah, what do you think of the tag team division right now? That's a big thing going on in NXT
Dude,
with MSK.
They need
So-
MSK to be up. They need WWE needs MSK on Raw or SmackDown badly.
Well, the whole tag. I think the problem like with WWE right now, they dropped the ball in their tag team division so much. They like put it all on like literally the New Day, or they put it all on like,
You can't do that. Like that's the
Yeah.
problem. That's always been the issue.
or they'll like break up. But even the women's division too, they'll break up a tag team and then they have the whole like do nothing with them kind of thing. And then they need a women's tag team champions, and we're dealing with Nia Jax and
God, and that Natalia
Yeah.
or Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler. Yeah. So and
He was with Natalia.
yeah. So
God. And speaking
but,
of that, we saw that with Tamina and Nia Jax, so they're literally just flip flopping everybody around.
yeah, that's pretty much all they're doing. So they have such strong women, such strong tag. They just need to build tag teams and keep them. So again, I love that MSK is in NXT because they did great things when they were over at Impact.
Oh, yeah,
When
yeah,
they-
100%.
So, and I think they're some of the most entertaining pieces of it. And they're so, yeah, that definitely I think NXT is on the up and up. But I think they're gonna be called up sooner than later.
But I really want the Imperium to get together and try to figure that out. I think they really need the Imperium to be tags again. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, the problem with WWE right now is like they're trying to host. They have so many titles is like a big problem with it, and then they lose tag teams as well involved in it. So there's so many tag titles, and there's not enough tag teams to even host like probably like one tag title that floats. That's the problem with WWE when it comes to the divisions. I think MSK is a breath of fresh air.
Man, it seems
Yeah,
like
I really
on NXT they have these great tag teams that come up, and every time they main roster them, oh, I got an idea. I'm going to go and split them. I mean, why remove Otis from Tucker to put him in another tag team, but it's a heel tag team? I mean, why not just turn Heavy Machinery heel? They worked well.
Well, I mean,
together.
we can talk about that when we go to SmackDown, but like Otis is like a whole other like drop the ball situation, winning the Money in the Bank.
That's
and
the
then,
whole, yeah.
So that's a whole nother story. Like it was a cool storyline even when they broke those two up because they could have seen like Tucker and Otis actually feud, and the feud was like a blow off on a weekly edition of SmackDown. So that's
Agreed.
something like again that like let's bring it back to like that. There's like the Viking Raiders.
The Viking Raiders are back. Yeah.
Viking Raiders.
Yeah, they just got back because of one of the injuries, and then there's like a list of them, but it's just so interesting with all that. But I think who is it? Is Ciampa got a new tag team partner?
So Ciampa, they gave a promo with him and Walter. On that promo was badass too. I think that was really badass.
Yeah, I think when that match was one of the best matches on the whole WrestleMania week.
No,
Was-
without a doubt.
Like
Walter and
the
Ciampa.
quote that he put out, like I haven't pulled up right now. Does the Black Heart still live? Is the Psycho Killer still there? That's a fucking badass quote from him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of gave me chills whenever he said that shit.
Well, I think Ciampa is going to be like one of the guys that's going to stay there and just be the NXT guy and just be the locker room guy. I don't see.
He
They might-
doesn't want to go. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to move up. He's already said that multiple times. He's like told Vince, literally, no, I'm not moving up. I'm
Yeah.
not going to.
So I think it's always going to be that top dog down there and kind of playing the role. So I think it's a good role for him. But there's not too much more with NXT right now, unfortunately. But like, 'cause it's not the longest show compared to the other two. But they do so many good things. Like, if you're not watching right now, you guys need to make sure you get down, check out some NXT, because like even the cruiserweight division is exciting, which is like really hard to do with the way they book them.
Kushida, MSK, Ciampa, Walter, Johnny Gargano. I mean, the list goes on and on with who they have right now. Santo Escobar. I mean, it's literally a great division right now. Like, this is like above the minor league system, in my opinion. This is literally could be a top show. So
If
I
they
think
let
it's
it, yeah.
yeah,
H is doing a great job.
yeah. Especially with what they're trying to do, compete with A&W now. It's a badass.
The future is bright once H takes over. That's all I'm saying.
Do you guys think NXT as a farm system is good for wrestling or bad? Do you think it's good to have all these independent, like the 90s and the 80s? Hello? Hello?
I think because it gets its own show, it's very good. I think the biggest thing about this is because they're getting literal direct experience without the pressure. I think it's very good for them to get the grounds, because I mean they are on TV, but even at the end of the day, they treat it like it's a secondary show. So these people that are used to like doing promos in front of like 200, 300 people still get that same feel, but now they can like get that experience of the camera being on them more. The only time I don't like it as much is like when they bring too many people from like that are already bigger names from like other promotions. I like seeing like the Loomis and all these guys like build up from the groundwork personally.
And do not forget, they also have a ton of house shows. Like, I literally went to a house show here in Dallas where it was like only 200 people of us. Like, there's not very many people that go to the house shows. They're wrestling nonstop. Like, they're literally getting their
What's going on,
work in,
Luke?
like 10 times a day. So it's a good system, in my opinion.
Luke, what's good, baby? Welcome to the
What's up,
Wrestling
Luke?
Mat Podcast. Getting crazy, getting freak out. Glad to have you, Luke. We got another comment. Taz. It's Taz, the submission machine. What's up, Taz? Dude, can you believe it? We're sitting here doing a live stream. We got Taz watching.
And we're doing magic also. Check up the top right.
Oh, Lucha, chug.
Magic, dude.
All right, Prodigy, I got to ask you one more time.
Oh, God.
Sean Connery or Charlotte Flair?
Dude, get him off my screen. I'm about to move up.
Stop it. All right, I'll get him off.
He,
All right,
he gets too excited with Connery
SmackDown?
around him is the problem. He
Dude,
gets
I'm
too
going to
excited.
get turned on quick.
Oh, Taz said he's a good brother now. What's up,
Oh.
Taz? We're good brothers too, buddy. Give him a too sweet, guys, for Taz. Thanks for tuning in.
Ooh, right there.
All right, guys, y'all ready to talk some SmackDown?
I bet you are.
Always ready to lay the smackdown on your candy ass. Let me find a little Pat McAfee. Did I even put him on here? There he is. Has everybody watched the Pat McAfee show?
Hell yeah.
I've caught some of them, yeah.
Electric. You see Aaron Rodgers on there all the time. He's fucking awesome. He is the top, I'd say, other than the Dynasty Duo, he's probably the best fantasy show there is. Guys, he got brought on for the announce team. What are your thoughts, Lucha? We just talked Dynasty Duo. Pat McAfee, man, as an announcer.
I mean, I like him. I think he's just very entertaining, whether it be any kind of on-screen, on camera, or on the mic role. He definitely plays it well, and he's just made for this. I think he's good.
I was made this way. Prodigy, Pat McAfee fan?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I listened to all his stuff, literally. And I think he's a legend in the making. He's going to be another podcast guy like Joe Rogan, basically just building up. So I love all his shit.
Love it. Burner, what you got for me?
For the brand, baby. Love Pat McAfee. He kills everything he does. I've been waiting for him to get in a football booth or behind an announce desk, and now it's finally happened, and it's amazing. I love it.
All right, let's talk real SmackDown. When you look at their women's championship and their men's championship, and then you see Raw, and you're like, what is going on? SmackDown's the elite brand. Let's start off with the women's. Bianca Belair just spitting fire right now. And the way Bayley got disrespected. This is his perfect after WrestleMania cure. Prodigy, hit me with it.
So I thought it was interesting how they added the Street Profits introducing Bianca Belair, because we know that Ford and her are together. So that was kind of interesting how they included the real life relationship, because they typically don't do that. So I liked it. I love Belair. She's an amazing athlete. The hair's done on Josh that's still there. If you see the red mark, so
so bad.
Yeah, I know. Dude, it was so sick. And then Belair's literally a legend in the making. I think she's gonna be a women's contender for a long time.
My wife had to explain me the weave. I thought that was real hair. I didn't understand that they just pin it up on their top of their head. I was like, why can't I do that? Why can't I have a weave? Damn
You can pin that on top of your head.
Start fucking whipping it. I want a ponytail. Somebody shave their beard. Burner, Prodigy, get me a ponytail. I want it now, as Arnold would say. Give it
I got
to me.
enough. I got enough, but I'm not willing to give it up, brother.
I think we got a beard versus beard match coming in.
Beard versus beard match. Bike versus bike. His Wilson bike and my Harley. Doot. Burner, man, do you feel the same disrespect that I feel about Bayley? Do you feel like she should have been on the card at Mania? We had to sit through those tag matches that were just, the drizzling shits. Is it worth it now that we're getting Bianca and Bayley?
I love Bianca and Bayley. The way they disrespect her. Leave her off the card. She can reinvent herself. She's done so multiple times. I mean, she's a great talent. Everybody loves her. Whether you love her or hate her, you love her. You know what I mean? You love watching her.
I love her.
So leave her off Mania. That was a smack in the face for sure.
All right. Lucha, moment of truth. Are you a long hair kind of gal or are you a short hair kind of gal?
I don't discriminate.
Yeah, you like them both. You like girls. That's cool.
The correct answer to that one. But I think to bring it back to this feud on this one. So I think this is the best feud buildup we've had of any of them, even compared to anything on Raw. So this is kind of like a breath of fresh air where we look for after like a Smackdown to WrestleMania, something like that's new. Because they built this perfectly at Mania, having Bayley being like the comic relief to the terrible hosting that we had. And then literally goes right into some great feuds that we can build with it. SmackDown just the better brand compared to the two, especially in the women's division. And I love Asuka and I love Rhea Ripley. I just don't think their chemistry is there. And I don't think there's someone else that can like do anything on the Raw brand that much besides like Charlotte coming in, which is good, but even that, like, she's the top dog. She still looks like the top dog, yet Rhea's the champion. So I think the way SmackDown balances out between Bianca, Bayley, and Sasha, that they all, like, sit in the same area and, like, work as well together, I think that's, like, a breath of fresh air.
I think it's crazy how, for how many years, forever, Raw's been, quote-unquote, the dominant brand for the WWE, or at least they've wanted it to be. Now they go over to Fox. They sign these billion-dollar deals, and the product's just better on SmackDown. Not only do you have Pat McAfee, but you have a women's match that we haven't seen. You have a men's match we haven't seen. This is just what the after Mania you want, especially after that letdown after Raw. From one main eventer, dude, we just got the Cesaro swing at Mania. No hands. Whoa. And now we're getting him and the big dog. What was the shirt he was wearing on SmackDown? I already forgot.
Acknowledge that.
What?
It said acknowledge that.
Acknowledge that. Roman Reigns, the hottest product there is in wrestling right now. Dude, we're getting him and Cesaro. Cesaro comes out. I don't even think Cesaro got a word in. Reigns just leaves the ring. What a badass. Prodigy, what are your thoughts on this? Could be, main event. Is this the next feud we're getting with Reigns?
You can't forget, though, that Seth Rollins jumped in.
Okay, that's right.
So what are they trying
That's
to do?
true.
They're trying to spin off Seth Rollins also with Cesaro and Roman. So if they try to do a triple threat again, that's going to be interesting to me because you could see what they're possibly trying to do with Reigns and Rollins, which could be trying to get them together once again. It could happen, but I don't want to talk about the Shield because I wasn't a huge fan of the Shield. So my feelings are going to get hurt probably if we talk about the Shield getting back together. But so
Crazy. Burner, what do you got?
Man, I would like to think that the win over Rollins at Mania was positioning Cesaro for this main event, but I don't know, man, with the involvement of Rollins, if it is a triple threat, is another effort to show us how dominant Reigns is, you got to ask yourself that. And is Cesaro or Rollins the guy to take the title from Roman? I don't know if either of them are, to be honest with you.
CJ, Lucha, the man, the myth, the legend, the king of strong style. What are your thoughts on Cesaro, man? The way he's been handled over the last, 8 years? And now is it too little too late for Cesaro? Is he ever going to get to that world championship level?
Well, if he's going to need this feud to be successful, but I don't think he's going to be winning this feud. When I look at this for Cesaro, he's been underutilized 100%, but the way they did so many promos about him built him up this week. I think this is like his test, is to see how he runs with this feud. Kind of like how Jericho had a few feuds as a test to see if he could handle having the title or handle being in the main event spotlight. This is them putting the little nudge to Cesaro and seeing hey, can you handle being in as the guy going against the guy? Kind of thing. So I don't think he's going to win this feud. I think it's going to build towards that, but I think it's going to be something that we could see him positioning himself for something down the line to always be a main eventer or the top level guy, someone they can actually go for and book. Because I would think so. That's why I think this is going.
All right, guys, we've reviewed Raw, we've reviewed SmackDown and NXT. Before we get out of here, is there anything? What now?
The Street Profits and the Dirty Dogs.
The Dirty Dogs. Go ahead. Get your Street Profits in.
I mean, they're literally one of the best tag teams right now in the game, I think. And the way that they lost to the Dirty Dogs, that feud's going to go on for a hot minute. And they might try to do a triple gold with Bianca Belair and the Street Profits together. That could highlight SmackDown in itself, in my opinion.
Keep an eye out for the intergender matches. Prodigy's pushing for it.
Which that has been said because Ronda Rousey also said that she wanted to push for it, which she does have ties with Vince McMahon, which we've seen that before. So it could happen. And so has Rhea Ripley has been saying that they want intergender tag teams. So people are speaking for it. Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. Never mind. I'm not going to go. Go.
No?
I'll shut up. Anything, let's give them a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and finish it off with some AEW. Anybody have anything to say on their product right now?
Surpassed 1 million. That's all I can say.
I mean, the biggest thing in AEW is them having the ability now to grow. They showed they bumped NXT off, and now they're getting the exact demographic they need. So I think this is great for wrestling in general to have it separated like this, the way people don't need to choose. I think it's going to help build NXT and help build AEW. I really have nothing poor to say about AEW. The way they run is just so different. It's just a different product, but it's a great product. So I have nothing ill to say. It's just completely different. Something interesting, but though we could see the belt collector gimmick becoming a thing with Impact because I believe that they're going to give the belt over to take it off. So they're going to go with that one. So I think the belt collector gimmick would be interesting to see on how that works in the indies as well. So it's going to be craziness, that one.
All right. And AEW, man, I love MJF. I just love his promos right now. I love the product. I love the competition. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to review that at a certain point. We're just getting our feet wet with this weekly rewind. Excuse me. Go ahead. Aisle 5. Having a little technical difficulties. I'm trying to go shopping at Walmart while I'm in the fun house. Let's get out of here, guys. 40 minutes. We knocked down everything at Saturday Night Live. Let's go one by one. Prodigy, you're the young blood. Let's before you get out of here, let's give them a little player profile again if they missed it. Cody Cook, man, the Prodigy. He is our newest recruit, and he is great, dude. He brings this current product knowledge. You will see him on Saturday nights ripping ass. He's got the dirt sheet, the rumors. Hit him up on Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, whatever. He's got it. What? He's going to work on those promos. The more White Claws we get him in him, the sassier he gets. Dude, Prodigy, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining the team. Before you get out of here, any last closing words, and where can they find you? You do this solo a little as well.
Right. So I have a YouTube channel for the daily fantasy sports people, like DraftKings and FanDuel. I do all sports, so definitely check me out on Twitter, where I do all that stuff. And then, like I said, thank you, CJ, for basically letting me on the team. They wouldn't be without you, so pretty hyped about this.
The Lucha made the hot tag. Dude, Cody, we're happy to have you. In the words of Sean Connery, it's been a pleasure, my treasure.
Leaving.
He needed to go off camera and do what he's got to do.
He's got to go to sleep. Let's get Charlotte. Dude, Burner, Clayton, before you get out of here, we're talking 90s tag teams this week on the live stream. Give me one 90s tag team from the WWF you're going to bring to the table, and we're going to discuss this Tuesday night.
From the top of the head, man, got to be the New Age Outlaws. They were my guys. Late 90s, but loved them.
Oh, you didn't know?
Your ass better call somebody.
DJ, show them that ass. Burner, where can they find you?
Right here at Burner of Stone on Twitter. Trying to grow that follower count, trying to grow the wrestling mat community, brother.
That's right. And if you don't know Burner, now you do. Clayton Sternberger, the renegade from the wrestling mat. His booking skills, top notch usually. Dancing skills, I haven't seen them yet. I've seen shades of Disco Inferno. I want to see more. The experience is there, in the Gold Dust promo, as you saw tonight, was top notch. Dude, Clayton, thanks for joining the show, man.
Hell yeah, brother. Y'all take it easy.
For sure, brother. In the words of Superfly, we'll see you later. Uh-oh. It's the Lucha. The luchador that makes you want more. Dude, Lucha, you've kicked ass and take names. Feels like forever. You dove into this wrestling community and you made it your biatch. So, Kid Flash, there's so much more that you have to bring to the table. We hope to see some more Lucha live streams in the future. But tell the audience your secret stash, which is fantasy football, and more of where they can find you.
Yeah, of course, you can always find me at KidFlashFF. That's where I do most of my fantasy football content. I'm also one half of the Dynasty Duo Fantasy Football podcast. So if you need some Dynasty advice, that's my specialty. With that, I also write articles for Football Mania. So I'm a little bit everywhere in the fantasy football community. So make sure you give me a follow. Give me a shout out if you have any questions. I'm actually helping someone out with their startup draft right now. So if you guys need any help, let me know. I can help you build some dynasties.
Lucha's a dime piece, man. If you don't know him, you should. Give him a follow. Great follow. CJ Krause, the luchador that makes you want more. He is the wrestling mat's undisputed babyface. Deadlifts galore. This guy is a strong man, has multiple trophies. And not only that, but he's been to WrestleManias. This guy's a machine. Dude, Lucha, till next time, we'll catch you later, alligator. All right. Well, looks like it's just me here tonight. I think it's time to go home, guys. We've had fun. Captain's ready to change. Oh, the green screen. The Wrestling Mat podcast. Anywhere you find podcasts, you can find our gear. Viridian Global. We're taking over, baby. I am the Matty Daddy. Wrestling Mat podcast. It's always fun. Also do a little fantasy. Don't tell your wife, but tell your wife because I'm not that way. But yeah, even if I was, who cares? Let's go. I got a comment. Oh, one more comment for me. Oh, dude, Taz, dude, from ECW, being a WWF announcer, AEW, that means a lot, Taz. I appreciate you for giving us those compliments. We appreciate you. How could I get a poster? Go ahead and send your mail to the Wrestling Mat podcast. We'll try to sign anything we want. I'm going to get off the phone. Taz, we can talk later. I am the Matty Daddy, 2652 on Twitter. There's Mercy the Buzzard. There's the TV, old school. Guys, it's been a good night, but we need to go. I got a bedtime. You know me. I like to get a good night's sleep. Thank you for having us.
You know, Gold, why don't you give it to him one more time? Woo! That's who's standing here today. Hold one, arm drag. Hold two, arm bar. This is
Rep, screw, rep.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
You know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. Old three, the moss covered, three-handle family Gradunzo.
From the top to the bottom. Because they can't handle the Macho Man Randy Savage. The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.